Back here at the Barkey Showgrounds today, Barkey play Longreach 23rd of the 5th. Barcaldine take the field led out by Captain Jerome Miller. The fullback Ernie Taylor, one wing James Bowick, centres are Dean Searles and Mark Wren, the other wings Cameron Dixon, you've got Spencer McLeod and Jerome Miller in the halves, Dean Maloney and Aaron Waugh in 20 up front with Mick Hansen hooking, Clinton Bettines, Ricky Moxham in the back row, Barrett Harbottle at lock. On the bench you've got Simon Fast Feet Mitchell, Mick Campbell, Jaden Height, Connor the Bull Rider Jones and Wayne Scott in 22. For Longreach we've got fullback Kinsey, wingers are Spinks and Walton, centres are Clark and Hancock, halves are Cutting and Bilby, props are Thomas and Baker, hookers Robbie Horston, back rowers are Simmons and Cameron, Jordan Cameron that is, Kenny Walton's at lock. Benches Greg Foss, Jason Cutting, Russ Schofield, Mick Up Richard and James Cameron. Referee today is Malcolm Wright, touchies are Jeff Bashford and Tim Penrose. Barcaldine a kick-off, defending the hospital end. Hold up, Frosty's got to take the field, just finished a pie. Big fella comes on. Be a good clash between him and Wayne Scott today. Lots of calories. Ball comes down, Hansen kicks off. Comes off, straight into Darren Spinks. Spinksy takes it straight into his old teammates. Taken low by McLeod over the top, Mark Wren. Go one off. Goes to Cameron, Cameron gets up. Austin at dummy half, waiting. Onto Greg Frost. Frosty takes it forward, runs straight into Bot. And Aaron Waugh. They wrestle him to the ground just over the 25. Austin at dummy half, looking for thing, picks up Bilby. Bilby straightens, goes on his own, goes through one. Dean Maloney fall off that one pretty softly. It's up, Austin looking for runners. Picks up Kenny Walton. Kenny Walton goes forward, straightens. This is the 5th and last. Looking for a kicker. Comes back, goes on to Bilby's right foot. He stabs it down, finds the ground between Barwick and Taylor. Bounces, bad bounce. Ernie Taylor picks it up before he's met by two Longreach players. Oh, he struggles through 1, 2 before he's finally put the ground. Up, he's on the halfway line, plays it back. Mick Hansen, dummy half, looking for runners. Ricky Moxham, he cuts it forward. Walton over the top. Back, Mick Hansen looking for, comes out to McLeod. McLeod, oh, bobbles. Ernie Taylor takes it for a gain of about 7 metres. Plays it back to Hansen. Hansen onto Moxham. Moxham, oh, short ball to Bottle. Bottle's through a gap here. He's looking right, looking left. Comes to the fullback. Goes straight into the fullback. Kinsey takes him. About 12 out from the line. Mick dummy half. Throws 1, throws 2. Finds Jerome Miller. Still calling for runners. Goes wider to Dean Searles. There's 1-on-1. There's an overlap. Dean Searles backs himself. And he's cut down right near the touchline. 5 out. Balls come loose. Change over. Must have been the 5th and last. Longreach player back, dummy half, works it out. I think that's the other winger over there, and Walton. Picked up by Simmons. Simmons, he makes 1 or 2 before he's met by Cameron Dixon and Brad Harbottle. Dummy half, looking for runners, picks up Kenny Walton. He goes forward. He runs into Ricky Moxham, shrugs him off. Down lows Dean Maloney, still standing, wrestling the tackle. Referee calls held. Walton plays it back. Goes back, picks up his big prop going forward to TJ Baker. Baker makes 2 or 3 before he's taken over the top by Bottle. Dummy half, looking for runners. Whoa, he finds half hole, no, meeting a good hackle there by Mick Hansen. Gets around to dummy half. The going left goes on to Bilby's right boot. He stabs it over the top. Dixon attacks it. No, they're going to let it bounce again. Bad bounce, ball breaks sideways. Ball on the deck. Played it, no, picked up by Ernie Taylor. About 4 to 5 metres over the Barcaldine side of the halfway line. Ernie plays it back. Mark Wren gets the dummy half. He jinks, he weaves, he bounces off 1, 2 before he's cleaned up over the top by the prop. Ball goes back. Dean Maloney trundles forward. Good low tackle. Mick Hansen on the... Oh, Ricky Moxham beats 1, beats 2. He's got his arms free, looking for runners. He's struggling in the tackle. I'll grab Ricky by the leg, pick him up. slowing down. Ball comes out. Aaron Waugh's got gap. He doesn't know what to do. Oh, only Taylor gets his arms free. Clinton Battines calls for it. He's about 5 out from the line. Hanson gets the dummy half. Goes on to McLeod. McLeod on to Jerome. Jerome Miller's looking for runners. Bottles deep. He's jogging at forward. He doesn't know what to do. Gets it out to Dean Searles. He pushes one, pushes two. Ball along the deck. Oh! Knock on by Longreach. Is he going to call? No, it's a double knock on. First one goes against Barcaldine. The Longreach feed. Right on the quarter line. Good passage of play. Got back rowers in the back line. They look a bit lost. Bot went through half a hole. Didn't know what to do with it. Boys walk slowly to the scrum. Where's the play mate for Longreach? I didn't write him down. 6, mate.
Gary Cutting.
Cutting. Ball's in, out comes Longreach way. Oh, he's met in good fun on defence by Taylor. Drove him on his freckle. He's up, plays the ball. Dummy half takes off, makes 1 or 2. He's cut down in a 2-man tackle. Comes to the prop, he trundles it forward, and TJ Baker, he's met by 2 or 3, holds his feet. No. Finally get him onto the ground. Slowly over top, Bottle lets him up. Comes back, Bilby's looking for runners. Comes wide, finds Kenny Walton, he pushes off Clinton Battines before he's met with Radar Bottle and Aaron Waugh. Slowly to his feet, comes back, Bilby's still looking for runners. It looks right. Goes to the 12, Jordan Cameron, he carts it forward. And Horston to dummy half, goes on to Kenny Walton's left foot. He goes down. Once again they find the grass between Ernie Taylor and young James Barley. Barley picks it up. He's got room to move, he trucks it forward, beats 1, bounces off 2. Before he's met at 10 over in their own side of halfway. And he picks it up, runs sideways. Jenkins jiving, 2 or 3 Longreach players come in. McThomas is one of them there. Comes back, looking for runners. McLeod drops it back inside to Battines. Oh, the old rugby union combination. He goes nowhere. Comes back to Mick Hansen. Looking for runners onto McLeod. He jinks and weaves, finds Mark Wren. Goes around Darren Spinks. Oh! Before he's met a good tackle over there by Clark. Quick play the ball. James Barker, dummy half. Oh, Simon Mitchell's on the paddock now. He's met a solid 2-man defence. Comes back, Jerome Miller onto his right foot. Plenty of time, hoists it high. Right goes over fullback's head, ball bounce, good bounce. Kinsey picks it up. Oh, Jerome Miller comes through, cleans him up over the top, Cameron Dixon. Goes back, Rolly Walton, he makes 5 or 6 metres before he's caught on the quarter line. Goes with dummy half, picks up, shrugs off 1, steps 2, 3. Put Jerome Miller over top with assistance from Dean Maloney. Plays it back, Horston looking for runners. Right. Goes on to the 18 and James Cameron, he shows it and goes on his own. Quick play the ball, they're up, Horston dummy half, Kenny Walton. Got runners outside him, but decides to go on his own. Easy target. Go back, they fade to the left-hand side, through Cameron. Cameron onto his right foot. Puts it down, favourable bounce for Taylor, picks it up. Jinks inside 1, 2, oh, he's picked up, he's been driven back. 7 metres over the halfway line and Barcaldine side. Nick Hansen, dummy half. Ricky Moxham's there to truck it up again. He steps through 1, 2. Good yardage by Ricky Moxham. He's fighting a tackle. Still standing. But they pick up 1 leg and put him down. And Robbie Austin underneath. Hansen, dummy half. Jerome Miller. Dean Maloney running wide. He runs straight at Gary Cutting, who cuts him down. Comes wide, Jerome Miller looking for runners. He finds Dean Searles, plenty of room. Dean Searles pins him back and goes to the corner and scores right in the corner. With about 8 minutes gone, Barcaldine take the lead, 4-0. Good passage of play. Barky Pigs find a lot of yardage. Ricky Moxham's been making inroads up the middle.
Is that his first try, right, Brad?
Nah, in Blackwall he scored.
Boys are having a bit of trouble letting the ball bounce. Plenty of yardage being made by our forwards. Cameron Dixon, the new kicker today. I didn't think he'd kick shit out of bed, but here goes. Pick Dicko's first shot for Barky. He scored his first try last week for Barcaldine. Now he's going to be the new kicker. This could be the new Hazem El Masri of Western Queensland. Powerfully built winger he is. Goes back, goes into his pose. 4 steps, surveys it, looks sideways, checks out his shadow, looks up, sees the sticks, moves slowly in, strikes it well. Unsuccessful. Struck it well. Well done, Dicko. Score remains the same, 4-0 with about 9 minutes gone. Dan Arthur's relegated himself to water runner this week after playing last week. A couple of the old stages, Dan Arthur and Justin Goodman having a week off, they come back up. Walton to kick off, left foot, stabs it down, finds a grasp between Clint Bateen. Clint Bateen picks it up, looks up to 2 or 3 Longreach players, goes infield, bounces off one. Or he's taken 12 metres out the side of the halfway line, comes back. Connor Jones, the bull rider's back in. Plays it back to Mick. Wayne Scott. Oh, Wayne changed direction just as he's about to receive that. Knocked it down. Not what they wanted. Big Wayne looked up, seen the tiger in front of him, went to duck inside. He'll be disappointed with himself. Longreach in attacking position. About 7 metres over the halfway line. Ball goes in, comes out. Oh, he's choked on it. Absolute peanut. That'd have to make you happy. You do all the hard yards and then your teammate does that to you. Not good. Straight off a scrum. I don't think they're rubbing his head in sympathy. I think they're trying to belt him under the ear. Cuttings dejected. He walks back, head down. No, he switched on against scrum. He goes down. Cuts back. Mark Wren cuts it forward. He bounced off 1, 2. Before he's taken the ground. Mick Hansen dummy half looking. Wayne Scott takes it this time. He swallows that one up before the boys come at him. Wasn't dropping that one, the big fella. Hansen dummy half looking for runners. Here's Ernie Taylor. He trucks it over the halfway line. Back to Taylor to Mick. Mick on to Ricky. Oh, Ricky's got ball playing skills. He had a show and go. Wasn't taken though. He's met by Simmons over the top now, the big prop in Baker. Plays it back, slow play the ball. Jerome Middle looking for runners, turns it inside to Dean Maloney. He went nowhere. Kenny Walton just fell underneath him and he fell over. Mick Hansen picks it up, puts it on the toe, rolls it through. Rolly Walton picks it up. Oh, he's got a wall of defence. Jerome Miller. He'll chase through all day, Jerome, with the assistance of Mick Hansen. He's about 5 metres over the... 15 metres out, probably. Dummy half makes it, he slid into Mick Hansen's tackle. That's 2 gone. Come back, looking for runners. Longreach boys are starting to suck him in now. That was Simmons, he didn't go far at all. Austin, looking for, oh, through that simultaneous. Drives good hit, Dean Searles. Forced to pass, forced to knock on. Barcaldine get a good chance to put more points on Longreach here. Longreach have done well. They brought a full contingent down today. Well, there's still talk they were short-handed. A couple of turncoats and Darren Spinks and Greg Fost. They signed contracts to get released from Barky. Arm goes down. Jerome picks up. Finds McLeod. He scoots around, beats 1, 2. Oh, they're half asleep on the inside. He went past Kenny Walton before he's grabbed by Horston. Horston Rock wrestles into the ground. Quick play the ball. 10 out. Mick on to Connor Jones. Oh, here he is. Rock Rider Jones. He's down. He's wrestled to the ground. He's up. Plays it back. Mick looking for runners. Goes on his own. Finds yardage and scores a nice soft try about 5 to the right-hand side of the post with 13 minutes gone. Good D run by Wayne Scott then. They thought the big fella was going to get it and charge through him. Good pressure by Barky. Cutting made the regional mistake, worked it down. James Cameron's got plenty to say. A lot of it started with F. Dicko's going to have another shot. He hasn't been sacked yet. Oh, the boys are imploding here. We'll have a little bit of a bitch. Goes back. Will Dicko get his first 2-pointer for Barkey's hand Goannas? He got his 4-pointer last week. Moves in, strikes it sweetly, and missed it again. Calling for the second of Cameron Dixon. Longreach boys work it back. 14 minutes gone. Late crowd rolling in. Walton kicks off again. Goes towards James Barwick. He's 100th young fella. Oh, it's come off his fingers, gone back luckily. Oh, it's found touch. Poor James Barwick, usually a back rower. Hasn't had touchy standing, ball in the air, flag in the air. Boys have played on. There's always going to be that. James isn't used to being catch receiver. Longreach can't ride on Barkey's line. Maybe they'll stop their bitching and whinging now. They'll have a scrum 10 metres out. Slowly to the scrum. Longreach feed comes wide. Walton takes it. No, they've got the big number 10 running out wide. TJ Baker. He's cut down right in front of the black dot. Dummy half looks up. Oh, and they go straight through. He's rolled over, and Longreach get their first 4-pointer. Very soft there. Very soft. Somebody had a swinging arm, and he went straight through and scored underneath. Hard to see who it was. Barkey boys won't be happy about that. Tit for tat. Only a minute after we scored this end, Longreach come back and scored on the other end from a mistake. Barkey made a lot of early interchanges. They've nearly used the whole bench. Try scorer was Jordan Cameron. Proudly puts his hand in the air. They don't get to score many of the old Thompson Tigers. I think that was Kenny Walton converts to make it. Yep, I think it was Kenny Walton. Kenny Walton converts. Yep. Converts it to make it 8-6. About 16 minutes gone. Longreach boys got some points on the board. Will they rally here? I hope Dicko realises he's kicking off and not taking a shot at 2 here. He's taking his time. Strikes it straight down the middle. Comes to cutting, he takes that one on his chest. He looks up, he's got big Greg Frost. Frosty keeps trundling forward. He's got Simon Mitchell and Brad Arbottle. Dummy half gets in, cutting, takes off, has a scoot, makes 4 or 5. He's met by Connor Jones and Dean Maloney. Simon Mitchell comes left onto Walton. Walton onto the big number 8, which is Mick Thomas. Plays it back. Quick play the ball. They go on left. Going through their hands. It's James Cameron out wide. He's cut down. Will be tackle 4. Comes back. Can't see who the Longreach player is. He's met low by Simon Mitchell over the top. Jerome Miller. Comes on to Cutting. Cutting puts it on his right foot. He hoists it high. Bit of hang time on this ball. No callers. Oh, Longreach players played it. They're all on side. Barkey's overrun it. Mark Wren's the only one awake to chase it. That's strange. Mark Wren was smart enough to chase that ball. Comes back. James Barwick picks it up, trying to atone for his first mistake. McAnson dummy half looking for runners. Here's Ricky Moxham. He trundles it forward. 2 or 3. Oh, referee Wright's called. Forward pass. Not good. Barkey boys making some silly errors, soft mistakes. Forward pass from the dummy half. That was the coach too. Referee Wright got a call from Putchie. Scrum to go down. 10 out from halfway. Comes out. Goes to Cutting. Cutting looking for runners. He picks up Clark. Clark's met over the top by McLeod. Goes back dummy half. Oh, Jinx inside. He's met by Ernie Taylor. Swallowed him up right on the halfway line. Nearly right in the middle of the post. Go left. Goes on to Simmons. Simmons goes forward. He's met Clinton Bettine over the top. Back onto Bilby's right foot. Bilby finds the grass. Goes down. Ernie Taylor gets a favourable bounce. Picks it up on his chest. Works it forward. Runs into one or two. Bounces out of him. It was Clark underneath. He came again. Mick Hansen looking for runners. Goes to Ricky. Bilby picks up one leg and drives him back with help from Thomas. Slow play, slow to his feet. Mick's got his hands in the air. Oh, Simon Mitchell, show and go. He's been away at Camp Mundine training all this week, shredding some kilos for his next fight. Back to Mick Hansen. Finds Jerome Miller. Dean Maloney running. Oh, Dean Maloney's he's another peanut. Back Longreach Lock picks it up. Walton's dummy half. Goes to Bilby. Bilby jinks and weaves. Mark ran over the top and underneath was McLeod. Austin looking for runners. Truck it forward. Make 3 or 4. Austin again gets the dummy half. Oh, just goes himself. Easy pickings. Gets up quick play the ball. Ball comes left to Walton. Walton's looking for runners on the Cutting. Cutting's looking outside him. He's got his centre outside, but he left him unmarked. He's snuffed out by Dean Maloney over the top. Simon Mitchell. Come back right. Onto the boot. Ball's got some hang time. Oh, no one plays that off somebody's shoulder. Ball's picked up. Ernie Taylor. About 10-12 out from the line. Ernie plays it back looking for runners. James Bowie picks it up. He makes 3 or 4 metres before he's met by Hancock. Goes back. Big Campbell now on the field. He walks it forward before he's met by Big Frosty over the top. Goes back. The runners Aaron Wars, Willem Worker, he trundles it forward. Makes 4 or 5 for his 3 Longreach players hanging on. A quick play the ball, they're up, they're looking for runners. On to Campbell. Campbell charges forward again. He makes another 4 or 5 metres. Going right. Oh, the jink weave come forward. Got Ricky Moxham on his own. Ball's flicked back. Oh, referee Wright's called it that he's lost it. Not that he played it back, that he lost it back. Dubious call. Ricky wants to challenge it. Stand and arguing the point. Ricky would probably argue that tomorrow's Sunday. Even Jerome Miller's having something to say. This is strange. Come to go down right on halfway, right in the middle of the sticks. Longreach feed ball comes out, goes on the Cutting. Cutting takes it on his own. Oh, Mark Wren comes in and shuts him down pretty quickly. They get up, play the ball. Oh, slowly back to Cameron. Cameron on to Kinsey. Kinsey goes forward and he's met 2-man Barkey tackle. Mick Hansen and Simon Mitchell. Simon Mitchell's working hard today. Ball goes out, Big Frosty. He trucks it forward. Oh, boys come 3, 4. Wall of Barkey jerseys. Underneath Mick Hansen over the top is Simon Mitchell. Comes left. Oh, the 18. Is that the 18? Yep, James Cameron shows it. Goes through. That's 3 tackles in a row Simon Mitchell's been involved in. He must be on stimulants. Oh, it comes out now. Kenny Walton. Picked up, sat on his bum. Ball comes back. Coming right. Looking for a gap. Goes to Cutting. Oh, shut down quickly by Mark Wren. They went nowhere. Lots of passes. Went nowhere. It's on the dummy half. He puts it forward. Finds turf. James Bark lets it roll back. Good. Be 22 restart. Work it back. You can charge it back and start if you want, but no. James isn't the quickest bloke. This will take some time to get back. A little bit undecided on what's happening now. Throws it infield. Tap restart. Maloney. Oh, they come in quickly from the right hand side. That was Clark, cuts him down, ball goes out. Ricky Moxham carts it forward again. He's meant a 3-man tackle. Yep, plays it back. Mick Hansen picks it up, goes left again. Or goes right, sorry. He's cut down. Oh, they're all blown up. All the hands in the air. It's like being at school. The boys are throwing their hands in the air. Barcaldine gets him for lifting the leg. Joe Miller to find touch. Makes a good gain of about 10 or 15. A lot of workers. Dean Maloney takes 40, trundles forward. Getting a good low tackle. Bolton underneath comes back. Hanson onto Moxham. Moxham, oh, show and go. Oh, Ricky's chasing the job at halfback. Plenty of talk when Longreach players comes back to McHanson. McHanson's looking for runners. Onto Simon Mitchell. He looks right. He finds McLeod. Probably not what you want your 5'8" doing, trucking him forward like that. Comes back. Simon Mitchell's playing a dummy half now. Goes on to Mick Campbell. He goes forward. No, he's got blinkers on. He doesn't look right or left. About 5 out from the line now. Mick Hanson, dummy half, looking for runners. Oh, goes on. Mark Wren. He's been watching the under-7s. Thought he'd charge over and score. He's cut down 2 foot short. Goes back. Mick Hanson, looking for runners, comes right. McLeod. McLeod on to Taylor. Ernie Taylor. Way to numbers. Way to possession. Good hands.
Heads up.
Barkey scored their 3rd tie with about 23 minutes gone. 24 minutes gone. It'll take them to 12-6. James Cameron's just let him know that he made 2 tackles in a row. It's a big effort by you, Jimbo.
We're in with each other. We're in this game. Boys, we've improved this shit like compared to the last game we played. We're moving across the fence. Now someone get numbers in fucking touch. Let's not play ball.
Plenty of good talk, plenty of positive talk from the Longreach boys. Big Schofield's telling them to keep their head up. Ah, they've sacked Dicko. There got McLeod. McLeod moves in, strikes it. Oh, struck it okay, but another failure. "25 minutes gone, 12-6. Good passage play by the Barkey boys. They cut the mistakes out, just working it. Welcome to kick off. Oh, ball's falling off the tee. Barkey's turning players over quickly. They're not giving them much continuity. I think we're using the bench too much. Ball goes down hard. Aaron Moore's wandering back there. Bounces, picks it up. Oh, bobbles it. He looks straight up, runs. And he makes 2 or 3 by the time the big fella picked it up. Get the dummy half, plenty of yelling and screaming. McLeod looking for runners. Bottle carts it forward. Beats one. Grabbed by the arm and dragged back down. Goes back to McHanson looking for runners. Connor Jones skirts 1, skirts 2. Legs everywhere before he's dragged down by Clark out wide for Longreach. It's up. Mick jumps left again, picks up Dean Searles, he bobbles it, has a look inside, over the top cutting. Got to come back, this is the last. No, it's not the last. Connor Jones cuts it forward. He's right on the halfway line. This must be the last now, looking for a kicker. Goes back, gives it to Taylor. Taylor on his left foot. Stabs it over the top. Kinsey's waiting. Oh, I'm never hoping. Hades are catching it. Oh, ball bounces. Got chases everywhere. He's caught in goal. Oh, a lot of inexperience by Kinsey. Probably should have used a wall pack. Might have got closer to that ball. McLeod had the nails to chase forward. I'd be disappointed with myself too. Reece Kinsey, that was an ordinary take. Throw the ball in disgust. Put your mates under pressure. Not what Longreach want. Slowly back behind the line now. This will test their mettle. Bolton to drop out onto the left boot. Strikes it sweetly, goes back. McLeod's called it, but it's not. Oh, Mick Campbell and McLeod. Mick Campbell picks it up. He trundles it forward, drops the shoulder. Makes 4 or 5 before he's met by the 2 Longreach players and finishes Taylor. No, it's not. It's Clinton Martinez to dummy half. Picks up, scoots. McHanson a dummy half. Goes on his own. Goes right in behind the play of the ball. Oh, good shot. Turns the ball over. It's good defence by Clark. Popped the ball out of McHanson's arm. Darren Spinks gets the dummy half. Clinton Martinez grits him by the jersey. Drags him sideways with the assistance of Bottle. Austin dummy half looking for runners. Going left, finds Kenny Walton. Kenny Walton jinks inside. Going back to the one out stuff here, Longreach. Quite boring. Play expensive football, lads. Austin, runners on the cutting, shows inside, goes on his own, runs into the shoulder. Ricky Mox underneath, which Jerome Miller with assistance of Connor Jones. No, it's Simon Mitchell again, sorry. Comes wide, the big fella trucks at 40, goes straight through a two-man tackle. That was Bottle and Mick Hansen, both fell off him. Comes back, goes to the 13, Mick Campbell's called him, bounces off him. Kenny Walton gets caught. Fifth and last. Goes on the foot of Cameron. Cameron puts it down. Underneath it is Cameron Dixon. He looks up, runs straight into the shoulder. He only makes 2 or 3 metres for his net. By the cutting, and I can't see the second player. Only Taylor dummy half, skirts wide. Good defence. Jordan Cameron down low. Ball comes out, Mick Hansen onto Mick Campbell. He runs it union style. Puts the ball under one arm, shoulder down. Then a two-man long defence comes back. Mick Hansen under Aaron Ward. He chucks it forward. Good impact there, but he still keeps walking it forward. Simmons under the top. Comes back to Simon Mitchell. He's looking for runners. Good and deep. Jerome Miller's fine yardage. He basketballs it out. Dean Searles finds it, throws it back inside. Ball's on the deck. Still play on. Ball's gone forward. Play on now. Referee right calls it on. Cameron Dixon steps one step. He's grabbed by the goose and swung to the ground by Josh Simmons. Goes on to... Oh, good ball. Jerome Miller on the foresight. Yeah, good ball. Brad Arbottle. Oh, touchy. Penrose says forward pass. Boys looked up, seen the big overlap on the right hand side, tried the quick hands, got called for it by Timmy Penrose. Oh, Dicko looked like a turkey at Christmas then with his neck stretched. He thought he was over too. He's going to get his second 4-pointer for Barkey. Scrum to go down right on the quarter line. Yeah, corner quarter line's done there, do we? 25s, aren't they? 25. Longreach to feed. Right, it's trapped in. No, out it comes, picks it up. There's a cutting onto Kinsey, the fullback. He goes forward. He's met by Ernie Taylor, and it's very hard to tell the difference between Early Taylor and Quentin Battine's there. Quentin Battine's underneath. Mick Hansen assists. Simon Mitchell is getting involved. Comes forward. Kenny Walton charges forward. Met by Brad Arbottle, shrugs off him. Oh, he gets a free, gives Aaron War a free ride across the paddock. Comes back now to the big Longreach number 10 in Baker. He's met and sat on his buttocks by Jerome Miller. One of the best defensive footballers in the West. He's slowly to play back the big fella. Walton, very one-off, very pedestrian. Kenny Walton doesn't look sideways, doesn't look left or right. He's up. Played back onto Cameron. Cameron puts it onto his right foot, goes down, finds the turf once again. Ernie Taylor attacks it. He looks up. Kinsey falls off him. Oh, he runs into the shoulder. I think that's Clark. Another good tackle by Clark. No, it's not. It's this Jordan Cameron. It was the kicker. Chases across field, makes another good tackle, wrestles him to the ground. Goes back, Aaron Ward takes it forward, beats one. Austin meets him, pushes it, forces him back. Big Greg Frost. Force him back where he started from. Comes back, Mick Hansen's looking right, he's got Wayne Scott. Wayne Scott looks up. Goes into one shake, picked up by the leg and rolled to the ground by cutting. Comes back, Simon Mitchell shows it inside, goes outside. Good quick hands by Dean Searles. Fine Cameron Dixon. No room down that touch line. The white line keeps him in field. Back. Mick goes to dummy half. Puts it on the toe. Finds the grass. Kinsey watches it. He don't want to watch for too long because he's had a shocker. Reece Kinsey is having a dead set Barry Crocker. Been caught in goal again. Put his team under pressure. I think he's trying to dig a hole and bury himself over there. He wasn't injured. Should have been quickly onto that ball. Good chase by the Barkey outside backs. Still got about 7 minutes before half time. Longreach is still in this. It's only 12-6. We've scored 3 tries to 1. Good passages of play. I think we need to start with 13 and keep them there. We're just turning players over too quickly. Drop out. Ernie calls it, picks it up, finds Dean Maloney on his right hand side. He comes forward. Oh, comes forward at a rate of knots. Before he's met in a two-man tackle, comes back right. Ernie Taylor cuts it forward. Frosty over the top, slows to play the ball down. Back to Mick Hansen off his foot. Then to Wayne Scott. Big fella goes forward. James Cameron underneath, is it? Comes back. Mick looking for runners. Dean Maloney, ball player. He looks up and goes, what the hell am I doing with the pill in my hand? Then he nearly gets a 4-pointer for it. Quick play the ball. Mick Hansen dummy house. Dives over, scores. Under 12 football. Longreach went to sleep. Looked up. Seen a gap. Seen the markers weren't there. Seen no one else was coming across. Picked it up and went on his own. Come on the back of a Longreach mistake. A soft play in the back. Behind the line by Kinsey. 16-6. Still got about 6 minutes to go. Proud to try and convert this one. If he doesn't kick this, I think they could just about give, I don't know. Wayne Scott a shot. Moves back, he's quite confident, he's moved quickly into his pose, stands, looks, moves in, strikes it. Yes, and the flags are finally raised. Barcaldine go to an 18.6 lead, 5 minutes before half time. Once again, I think that we should have some continuity, keep some players in position, we're turning players over. As soon as we get the same players on for a passage of play or a set of 6, the boys seem to put it together, but interchanging players every tackle, it's just not getting any form of roll-on happening. Longreach slowly walking it back. They're not going to work the clock down before half time, there's still 4 minutes to go. It's enough time for Dean Maloney to go 100 metres, 4 minutes. Cutting to restart play. Strikes it straight down the middle. Jerome Miller lets it bounce, gets an awkward bounce, bounces away from man. He's choked on it. He's another one for the Peanut Club. Look at a whole packet of peanuts here today. Only 2 weeks ago, this same ground, same side, Jerome Miller choked on a ball. Once again, he was looking. I think he was looking at his boy on the touchline. I don't know what he was doing. Thinking of an ice cream. Come off his hands, knocks it on, puts him under pressure. Scrum to go down. Ball comes. Oh, they're going to go to the left. Cameron picks up. Oh, once again. Once again, Longreach have gone to the left-hand side, and the same player has knocked it on again. Got to be happy with it. Jerome Miller will feel a lot better now. Scrum goes in, identical place, Jerome Miller picks it up, looks for runners, Ernie Taylor drifts sideways, finds McLeod, McLeod gets on the outside of Darren Spinks, he's coming down the sideline, Cameron coming across in cover, steps back inside, oh, and throws it straight to Darren Spinks. He's got a blue jersey on, not a red one. 17 gets the dummy half, 17 is Mick up Richard, before he's Clint Martino over the top, and Ernie Taylor. Ball goes back onto Cameron. Cameron picks up Simmons, he trucks it forward. Mick Hansen and Wayne Scott wrap him up. Dummy half, goes on to Cameron. Cameron shows inside. Goes to Ricky. Ricky mocks him, sort of half pushed. Came again, his assistance from Dean Maloney. Goes left. Here he is, Big Frosty. He walks it forward. He makes 3 or 4 before Mark Wren gets under him and Dean Maloney comes over the top. Back, Cameron. Cutting, goes, shows, goes. No, he only goes halfway through. Oh, manages to unload it. To Nathan Clark. Clark wrestles to the ground. Picks up. Plays it back, cutting, gets the dummy half. Rolls it through, picked up by McLeod. Read that well. He skirts sideways, looking for a hole. Sideways. Finds Jerome Miller. Jerome Miller straightens it up. It's only tackle 1 for Barcaldine. Ball comes back, quick play the ball. Cameron Dixon on to Dean Maloney. Look at the yardage. Oh, no! Lifted the knee. He makes 10 metres, Dean Maloney. Quick play the ball back to Cameron Dixon. He picks it up. He runs, he skirts. He unloads to Mark Wren. He makes 5 or 6 metres for quick play the ball. When he plays it quickly, on to Mick Hansen. Mick Hansen on to Ernie Taylor. Taylor looking back on the inside to Clinton Bettine. Bettine swung around onto Mick Hansen. Short ball to Mick Campbell. Mick Campbell flops it back. Mick Hansen onto Bettine. Bettine's onto... Oh, Referee Wright said the ball's gone forward. It was on the young Jaden Height. He thought he had himself a point. It was hot potato there for a while from Barky boys. Left hand side to right hand side. Started from about, they've just travelled about 60 metres in that set of play with quick plays of ball. Good roll on. Scrum to go down about a minute and a half before half time. Lights are starting to come into action here. Nut. Referee Wright's called timeout. Longreach player down. Boys will suck him in. Be enough time for everybody to let Jerome Miller know about his take off the kickoff. Longreach players sucking the big ones in. He might have just run out of gas.
Oh, Jesus, I've never done that yet.
Referee Wright calls play on. Had a bit over a minute for half time. Scrum to be fed by Cameron. Scrum's fed, comes back. Goes on to Walton. Walton looks sideways, goes out. Oh, he picks up Kinsey, steps inside. Cameron Dixon come over the top. It's Clinton Bettine. Kinsey plays it back. Walton dummy half looks up, goes left. What number was that player got on?
4, I think.
Okay, he's met by Mark Wren. Big number 10 in Baker, carts it forward. He's easy target. He's slow to his feet, the big fella. Play back Horseman onto Walton. Walton looking for runners. Oh, it's gone behind players. Picked up by Cameron. Oh, knocked on by Simmons. Went through half a hole. Went without the ball. Sheer frustration, Charmin. James Cameron has a lot of anger. Barkey form a quick scrum. About 30 seconds before half time. Referee Wright calls play out. A timeout. Once the scrum's set, got to call it. JD Miller feeds, comes back, good clean ball, comes out looking for runners onto Ernie Taylor. He puts a short one over the top. McLeod chasing, they're all half asleep here. McLeod does a foot race on McLeod and spins. Ah! McLeod wins it. Good chase, good vision. I do secretly believe Darren Spinks only half-heartedly went at that because he's an ex-Barkey boy. His heart still lies with the Goannas. It's his birthday today, Big Stacko. That's what he'd give the Barkey boys for a present. Well done, Stacko. Thanks, buddy. Right on half-time. McLeod's going to try to... No, Dixon's taken over the kicking again. She's a tough skill, this one. You get one and get sacked. You miss 3 and you get the boot bag. Here we go. Dicko moves in again. All the Barkey boys standing behind him, egging him on. They're keen to see if he can kick this. He's willing it over. He strikes it sweetly. It's going to... Oh, jeepers! Dicko's got himself 2 points right on the bell. Half-time break now, bud. Walton start play, kicks it to the left-hand side of the field. Oh, Clinton Bettine gets an awful bounce, picks it up, makes a good 5-10 metres, comes sideways, straightens up, beats 1, beats 2, 3, before he's cleaned up nearly on the halfway line. That's a good gain of about 25 metres by Bettines. Quick play the ball. Oh, Mark Wren shows and goes. Quick scoop from Mark Wren. He's met by 2 Longreach players. Dummy half. Simon Mitchell, Brad Arbottle carts it forward and he runs into Cutting. Cutting hangs on. Don't put him to the ground. It should be a quick play the ball. Simon Mitchell, dummy half. Picks up Jerome Miller, turns it back underneath to Dean Maloney. He makes 4 or 5 before he's cut down. Simon Mitchell gets the dummy half. Looking for runners, jumps out, goes on his own, finds Brad Arbottle, carting it forward. He goes straight through the middle. Flops it back. Simon Mitchell's still alive. Ricky mocks him. He's grabbing 2-man tackle, swung to the ground. Quick play the ball back to Jerome Miller. Looking for runners on him. McLeod goes out wide. Other ball still alive. McLeod back inside. Is that Aaron Walk? Oh, he's seen the line. He's cut down. Ball comes loose. Don't know if Aaron Walk was expecting that. Good passage of play. Went 90 metres in that set of 6. Barkey did. Turn it over. Play the ball 10 out from the Longreach line. Now they're having a discussion, very heated discussion here. Referee might blow the whistle, Malcolm. Ball goes back. They just trundle it forward, run into a wall of red jerseys. Just plays it back, horse and dummy half, looking for runners. Looks like Walton. Cut down and good low tackle for Dean Maloney. Comes back, horse looking for runners. Connor Jones and Ricky Moxon. They come back, steps inside, swinging arm. Makes 4 or 5 metres for his cut down there. Dino over the top, ball goes back onto Walton's left foot. He hoists it, Cameron Dixon comes back waiting, oh, touch the fingers, knock back, play on, looks up. 2 or 3 Longreach players. Steps inside, Hancock, no, he's drugged to the ground by Simmons, is it?
Cutting.
So he goes back. Ricky Moxon trucks it forward. He's met by a couple of Longreach players and they roll him over and he's up, quick play the ball. Simon Mitchell dumming up, looking for runners. Brad Harbottle puts his hand up, he trundles it forward. Makes 4 or 5. Oh, he's slowly to his feet. Back to Simon Mitchell. Finds Aaron War who works it forward. He goes into big fella Baker underneath. He's up, plays it back. Simon Mitchell dummy half. Jerome Miller back in the familiar 7. Turns it underneath to Dean Maloney. He's cut down. Good low tackle. Back to Simon Mitchell. Swings it wide onto McLeod. McLeod's got room in front of him. Looking for runners. Goes on to Bettines. Bettines on to Wren. Wren shows and goes. Unloads back inside to Clint Bettine. He's got runners inside and out. No, he takes it on his own. 5th tackle. That's a handover. Referee Wright says hand her over. That was your last. Longreach play back. Work it out slowly. Hard to tell the players from here. Lights aren't quite into effect yet. Slowly to his feet. Plays it back about 10 out. Comes forward. Makes 4 or 5. Quick play the ball. Looking for runners. I think that's up Richard. He's taken in a good low tackle. Slowly to his feet. Gets pushed down. Referee Wright agrees with me. Got pushed down by Brad Arbel. Silly mistake. I'd hang me head too, Bottle. Good call, Referee Wright. Onto his left foot. Finds touch. That's an easy 10 of 15. Always come back, they're set. Longreach slow back. Picks it up, looking for runners. Jinks inside. Grundy keeps his feet. Met by 2 Barkey players. So slow, roll him to the ground. Clinton Bettines. Simon Mitchell. Comes back. Ball swung wide. Oh, swung intercepted by Cameron Dixon. He beats 1-2. Oh, look at him go. He's gone. Cameron Dixon's gone down the sideline. He's got the hand in the air. He's a twit. They score 5 out. 5 from the touchline. If I was here, I'd go and kick him in the ass for doing that. 26 points to 6 with 5 minutes gone after Cameron Dixon showboating. Yep, Cameron Dixon scores his 2nd try at the Barkey Showgrounds. He's taken over the kicking duties again. Sets it up. He done all the hard work, Dicko. They made himself look like an absolute goose throwing the hand in the air. It's a 2-point game, not a grand final. Moves back. He's got about as good a success rate kicking as he was as a jockey. Moves in. Not a chance in Hades. He's still celebrating. He probably put his hand in the air for that one too. No, he didn't. Longreach let a soft try in early in the 2nd half. 6 minutes gone. Could be a long 40 minutes for him this one. Barcaldine start to get a roll on. Longreach are tiring. Longreach boys are walking it back. Walton's nearly there on his own. There's only 2 or 3 of them set. Sets it up onto his left foot. Comes back. Comes in the direction of Jerome Miller. Gets another awkward bounce. Steps right, left. Oh, he doesn't fumble this one. Picks up Dean Maloney. Takes the pressure on him. Carts it forward. Good solid defence. Cameron under the top. Underneath. Hancock over the top. Miller onto Connor Jones. Hancock swallows him up. He makes 2 or 3. Simon Mitchell dummy off. They come the short side. Ricky Moxon ducks back in behind to play the ball. Hancock went underneath, but fell off the tackle. Comes back now. Simon Mitchell. JD Miller looks outside, inside, goes outside to Dean Maloney. He makes 4 or 5. Ball comes back. Simon Mitchell. Ricky Moxon goes forward. He's met by Mick Thomas. Goes back. Simon Mitchell. Big wide ball on Ernie Taylor onto his left foot. Tries to kick the pigskin off it. He's going to find the grass. Comes back. Oh, the Longreach fullback Kinsey takes it. He's met by 2 or 3 Barkey players. 10 metres in their side of the halfway line. They come back. Drift sideways slowly, but shortly shuffle it forward. Cameron Dixon must be playing in the forwards now. He's right in the middle of the paddock. Still celebrating. Go back. Walton charges forward. At the moment, Barkey's wingless. Because Cameron Dixon, the wing nut, is in the middle. He's a dummy half. Ball comes back. Shows it on the inside. Runs in. Oh, there's nothing Cameron Dixon can't do. He makes a tackle there. With assistance from Dean Maloney. They were going to sleep. They jump out from dummy half. Makes the yardage 2 or 3 metres. Dicko's working his way back to this right hand side. They step out. Bilby puts it on the toe. Oh, bobble. Good tape. Comes back Ditchy. Goes on to Wayne Scott. He comes forward, goes through 1 and 2. Good yardage by the big fella. Quickly to his feet. Oh. Quickly to his feet. Soft mistake. He'll be disappointed, Big Wayne. Puts a bit of pressure back on. But at 28 points to 6. It's not like you can afford to make mistakes, but if you're going to make a mistake, you're better off doing it when you're 28 points to 6.
10 gone.
Scrum to go down, Longreach feed. What? Questioning what Malcolm Wright wants here. Ball's caught in scrum. Goes out onto Caden looking for a runner. He picks up his number 3 in Clark. Clark goes forward. Clinton Mateen grabs him. Bulldogs into the ground with assistance over the top from Big Wayne. Dummy half picks up. He's swallowed up pretty quickly by the markers there. Clinton Mateen rolls him to the ground. Comes back onto Bilby. Bilby on the Walton swings it wide. They straighten the play. Oh, Connor Jones gets pushed off like a root tick. Yeah, slowly. They got to peel off slowly. Simon Mitchell peels. Ricky Moxon's up. Goes back. Kenny Walton on to Bilby. Bilby shows goes. Runs into a couple of shoulders. Right in the middle of the stick. Goes back. Austin. Austin's looking for runners. I think that's the local constable. He gets a bit of attention. Ball played back onto Walton. Walton short, left hand side to Dicko. Oh! Cameron Dixon still celebrating a try down the other end. Has had a bit of a sleep there and knocked that one on. Shouldn't throw your hand in the air when you're scoring tries if you make mistakes like that, Dicko. I won't ease up on you. Right, bit of controversy to question it here. Referee Wright's going to his touchies. Yep, touchies agreed with him and said yes, he did knock it on. The way Dicko hang on to that ball then, I thought he was going to take it and go home. 10 metres out, Longreach scrum feed. Bilby's looking up. They set to the right. Bilby feeds, comes clean, he comes to the left. Comes straight on the Hancock. He's on Joe Miller, cleans him up over the top. Good defence underneath by Dean Searles. Bilby dummy half, jumps the short side. He makes 2 or 3 metres, he's cut down. Whoa, good physical contact there. They run into Thomas, dash him back. Barkey picked the pill up. Goes back, Simon Mitchell on to Wayne Scott. He crosses the halfway line, he goes past Cameron like he wasn't even there. He makes good yardage. Up, plays the ball back, Simon Mitchell left hand side, Jerome Miller. Clinton Bateen's drifting sideways, need a straight runner here. Goes on to McLeod, McLeod shows back on the inside. Hot potato football here. Ernie Taylor crosses the 25. Quick play the ball. Dummy half, Simon Mitchell, he makes some yardage, he goes forward. Oh, shit, sorry mate. He makes 5 or 6 metres, caught Jerome Miller into dummy half. Come back, good shot then put on Clinton Bateen. Oh, Brad Arbottle puffs it out, and he goes forward, and he's met in the 3-man Longreach tackle, they're right on the halfway line. That's the 5th and last. Referee Wright's got his hand in the air. He must have been watching Cameron Dixon. Comes back. Onto the boot. Up it goes. Down it comes. Oh, it's come off a Longreach jersey. Off a Barkey foot. The ball's gone forward. Doesn't matter. It'll come back for the first knock on, which will be a Longreach knock on. Referee Wright's not going to agree with me. Nope. He's driven back in a two-man Barkey. Well, I could have swore the Longreach player knocked that forward. In fact, they jumped to short side. Goes to Dicko. Dicko gets a bit of assistance from Connor Jones over the top. Dummy half goes, spins, picked up. He makes 3 or 4 metres. Back now, they keep working this short side on to Thomas. He shows it goes. Oh, he bounces through one, pushes off 2. He's halfway through, drugged by the collar and dragged to the ground. That's Cameron Dixon. He's been involved in everything. He's chasing the crossfield now. Goes onto the left foot. Gets a bit of a shot. Oh, referee Wright's got him. Got him. Brad Arbottle's been penalised for, I think it was a shoulder charge with a bit of a late slap as well. Late in the tackle count. Bit ill discipline here creeping into Barkey's game. Longreach boys suck it in. They find 10 or 15 with the kick. Dawson looking for him. Picks up cutting, jinks, weaves. No, that's Cameron. Cameron comes inside. Oh, the ever reliable Jerome Miller over the top. Ball's played back. Goes on to the big 8 and Thomas. Good low tackle. James Barwick underneath. Comes back, Horseman, runners Walton. Bilby's looking for runners out wide. He picks up the other centre and Clark. Slowly to his feet. Plays it back. Goes to the right. Short kick over the top. Easy take by Ernie Taylor. 22 restart. You can rush it back, Ernie. You don't have to wait as long as your players are onside. Yep. Tap, go. Play on. Ernie makes a good easy 10 metres straight down the middle of the field. Where he's met 2 or 3 Longreach players. Dean Searles gets the dummy half. He has a scoot out. He makes another 4 or 5 metres for the Barkey. Another quick play the ball on. Now on to James Barwick. He goes straight forward. He's in his more familiar spot in the middle of the paddock now. McHanson, a dummy half. Comes out. Jerome Miller's charging forward. Oh, the frustration of dropping that ball's got to Jerome. He's just leading these forwards down the paddock. Comes back to McHanson. Onto Simon Mitchell. Simon Mitchell sideways. McLeod. They're running sideways. Straighten it up. Somebody does straighten. Clinton Bettine straightens up the play and throws an absolute shocker of a ball. Turned it over. And we start to work it out. Make 2 or 3 metres. Runs into the shoulder of a couple of Barcaldine players. Can't see who they are from here. Come back to the middle of the paddock. Walton just goes forward. He's met by the 2 Barkey boys who drag him to the ground. Simon Mitchell over the top. Gets back to Hancock. Hancock scoots out. He's met, taken easily. They come to the right hand side. On to Walton's left foot. He comes down to Ernie Taylor. Ernie takes his time. Swallows that one. Looks up. Crosses the 25. Crosses the beats 1, beats 2. Pushes away. Making good yardage. Oh, taken in a high shot. I agree with you, Mr. Wright. Mr. Wright's always right. Right in the middle of the paddock. Penalty for a high shot. You can see that from up here and I'm blind. McHanson's going to find the line. Oh, Cameron Dixon's not kicking for touch. He's been sacked from that. Very few penalties going Barcaldine's way. Mick makes another 10 metres for Barkey. We're just over the Longreach side of the halfway line. 10 metres in. Picks it up. Show and go. Goes back down the short side. Mark Rennie makes a good 5 or 10 metres for his taking it. Ball comes back. Picked up dummy half. Got Aaron Wall. Charges forward. Bouncing, spinning. For his knock to the ground. They're spread to the right, Barcaldine. Come out. Jerome Miller's looking for runners inside and out. Oh, throws it. There was no one expecting. Ernie Taylor was half awake to it, half asleep to it. Ball's going loose. His body's on the deck everywhere. He's called play on. Disagree there, Malcolm. Ball goes infield. Longreach making some yardage down that side. Some good cheap yardies made by Spinksy. Come back, Walton pushes off. Come out. He finds cutting unmarked on the outside, is it? Steps inside, McHanson. Ball comes back. Ball he pushes forward and pushes away and scores. Pushes McLeod off and scores to the left-hand side of the sticks.
Number 9.
Yep, Robbie Horseman scores on the other side of the sticks. Ball on the deck. I think referee Wright missed a cold, blatant knock on.
Profile there.
Yeah.
Aaron Aztec.
Aaron Moore, the big number 20, coming back from injury. Right knee heavily strapped. The big fella's playing 3 has been very stop-start with injury. Always been keen to play for the Goannas, the big fella. Anyway, back onto the Longreach players. He's about to take the shot for 2 points with about 18 minutes gone. Who's in, strikes it, Walton strikes it, raises the flags. It's 28 points to 12 by my reckoning, with about 19 minutes gone. You let me do the timekeeping, Charmaine. McHanson restart play. Straight down the middle. Longreach catcher. I think that's Cameron, is it? Picks it up. Jinx weaves, comes forward. He's met 2 or 3 Barkey players. Up. Longreach take a bit out of that, scoring that try. It'll give him a bit more confidence. Barkey have struggled putting them away. The first game here early on in the year they struggled. They got into a dull, boring game of football, but they're sticking to it here. Oh, Longreach, there's that Bilby going straight through. Show him up, show him go. Cutting, he's gone to Taylor. Taylor's grabbed him by the shirt, wrestled him to the ground. He went straight down the middle, cutting. Opened him up like a can of baked beans. Comes out of Walton. Walton pushes off Dean Maloney, grabs him, wrestles him. Oh, I can hear Mark Wren. Most people can. He never shuts up. Ball goes out. Picked up by Dummy. Jinx inside 1, 2. He's dragging out. James Barwick underneath with help from Wayne Scott. Oh, he picks it up and just trundles it out. Short kick. Oh, the big fella takes it on the fly. The big number 3 in Clark hit him on the chest. He swallowed it up and scores back-to-back tries all within a minute. This will give them some confidence. Well, the Red Boys have got their heads down. He stood up from dummy half, had a look around. Seen that they were asleep on that left hand or right hand side, put it over the top and hit his big number 3 on the chest. Not what they want, not what Barcaldine wanted. That's exactly what Longreach wanted. Oh, Walton's gone in to listen to the huddle. No, he didn't. He went to pick the ball up. There'll be some frustration here. It's not like the game's lost. They're just frustrated with simple mistakes, not thinking, not putting the side away clinically. Last week against Ilfracombe, first half of football was probably as good a 40 minutes of football as you'll see from either side. Bolton takes his stance. Been striking him well. He'd nearly have to back him in from here. Stands, moves in, strikes it with his left boot, strikes it well. Yeah, touches, don't move. This will have to force Barcaldine to really think about what they're doing, cut down on their mistakes, and make that the last 4 points that Longreach put on them. 28-18 with about 21 minutes gone. Barcaldine have had the majority of the run in here. Longreach have actually done well. A few times they've been down, they've come back with points. Mick kicks off. Catches waiting, under it. Picks it up, looks up and just charges back in. Tails in the air. Oh, shots coming in. Oh, Brad Arbottle bounces off him. Comes back. Yep. Now Barcaldine have forced a mistake. That's what they wanted. Force a mistake. Go back into their own pattern. Longreach had a wind in their sails there. Back-to-back tries. Barkey was starting to get in a bit of a slump. That's what they needed. Scrum to go down about 25 out. JD feeds. Oh, slow out of the back of the scrum. Picks it up. Mark Green gets the drift sideways, pushes off 1, 2. He's taken. They fold quickly to the left-hand side, they'll have an overlap. No, but they're going to come right. They've come right straight down the middle. Big Wayne Scott goes straight down the middle. Should work it back, keep coming to the right-hand side. No, they're going to go back to the left. Oh, I don't know what they're doing here. JD Jinks inside, beats 1, beats 2, and he's... Oh, scores a soft one. Rome Miller scores a soft try on the back of a Longreach mistake.
Who was that?
John.
3 tries in 4 minutes here tonight. 2 from Longreach and 1 from Barcaldine. All from soft mistakes.
We had 4. That is 22.
Barkey boys will be happy about that. They were starting to get a little bit disappointed with themselves. Frustration was keeping into it. They needed to turn some points on. They couldn't have Longreach going back to back to back. Cameron Dixon takes over the kicking again. Moves in, strikes it. Stabs at it, he gets the 2 points. Got 34 to...
Yeah, they got a kick.
34, is it, Tyson? Oh, no, can't.
Yeah.
I think that's
34.
34-22, is it?
Yeah, you know me.
34-18, sorry, with about 22 minutes gone. Walton comes back. Restart play. Oh, short kick off. Oh, they've regained it. He's attacked the player in the air. He put him down. That was lucky for Barcaldine. It could have been a dangerous situation there. Oh, they're willing here. Big Frosty plays it back. Looking for runners back onto the centre now. Yeah, that's Clark, sorry. Plays it back. Throwing it wide here. Goes back out. Oh, he doesn't go nowhere. The ball went sideways, but the play went nowhere. Pick it up from dummy half. They have a scoot. Oh, he's hitting good front on defence.
Bottle.
Mick Hansen underneath. Ball comes back to Walton. Walton steps on the inside, throws it. Ball's hot potato. It's play on. Referee says that's 5th and last. Turn it over. JD looking. Mick Hansen gets the dummy half, looking for runners. Goes on to Ricky, mocks him. Oh, he slips into it. Comes back, quick play the ball. Goes on Mick Campbell, trucks it forward, just trundles it over the line. He's met by a wall of Longreach defence. They got their tails in there again. They're keen. He's got a sniff, got some points. Ricky charges back in them. Big chest shots going in here. Ball comes back again. Mick Hansen looking for runners. Dean Maloney goes forward. And he's caught and drugged to the ground. Makes 3 or 4 metres, pays back. Mick Hansen comes to the right hand side. Goes on as that bottle. Bot makes another 2 or 3. Slowly but surely marching down the field, Barcaldine. Got no mistakes. Working to a kick. Come back to the right hand side. Mick Hansen puts it down the toe. Rolls it into touch. Gain of about 20 metres. Longreach will look up and see they've got 70 metres to go. I walk slowly to the scrum, sucking them in. Longreach is showing that when they throw it wide, they can be a danger. It's just that they fall into this dummy half run and 1 out stuff. Easy pickings for the Barkey forwards to stand, wait, put shots on them, slow the play down. They've tested Barkey on the fringes a couple of times. You'd think they'd go wider more often. Comes back, Longreach feet, cutting, look, goes sideways. Fighting the tackle, picks it up, goes left again. Brings it to big number 3. They go in Willen, push him to the ground. Dean Maloney over the top. No, is that Mick Campbell? Sorry, over the top. Comes back to the right, looking for runners. Goes on to Hancock. Hancock's up, plays it quickly. Jerome Miller underneath. Ball comes back. Walton's looking for runners. Oh, he went halfway through a hole then. Bounce off 1, 2. Ball comes back. Not played at. Ball's gone back. Referee right says 6 more. 6 more. Pick it up. They go for dummy half. Jinx weaves. Turns inside. Makes 2 or 3 metres. Cameron Dixon, James Bowick over the top. Oh, the big fella slips under a high one. Nothing, no malice in it by Bottle. Slipped into it. Comes back. Jink, weaves, spins, pirouettes. 2 or 3. Plenty of chat going on. Comes back. Oh, is that Bilby, is it? No. Hard to see. Quick play the ball up. They're going right again. Goes to dummy off looking for runners. He finds a big number 3 charging down the middle and Clark's cut down. He's up. They've got to come right. Throws a long cutout ball. On it, short. Puts it on the toe. Chases. Oh, well picked up by Dean Sells. Read it well. He swept across and cover there. Ernie Taylor gets the dummy half. Makes 4 or 5 before he's met by Richard and Simmons. Comes back. Oh, Ricky's overrun it. Poor pass. Poor running. Absolute shite. 10 metres out. Cheap turnover. What the hell were they thinking? Once again, it'll lift Longreach. About 11 minutes to go. Been attacking Barkey's line. As I predicted before, they spread it wide, they show some danger lines, but they fall for the trucking it up. 1 out. Oh, he throws a wide ball to an unmarked winger. He pins it back. That's Darren Spinks. No. Too slow. Was good thinking, but unfortunately, Spinksy was too slow. He pinned him back. He went at the pace of a raging turtle, but got cut down. Barkey feed. They're in the position where they look up, and they got 65, 70, 80, 85 to go. Comes back, JD picks it up, looks for Ernie Taylor, 1 off. He goes forward, makes 5 or 6. They slow the play the ball down early. It's up, plays it back, looking for runners. Goes on to Dean Maloney. Whoa! Coming in with the shoulder was Cameron underneath. Comes back to the left-hand side. Ricky mocks him, trundles it forward. 2 or 3 players bounce out of the road. Back to Mick Hansen. Hansen looking for runners. Nut. He goes his own push, shove. Makes 3 or 4. Oh, they steal the ball off and referee calls play on. Cameron comes down the middle. No, it's not Cameron.
Yeah,
Jordan Cameron, sorry. Ball comes back. They come wide. They've got an overlap here. They've got caught Cameron Dixon short and caught him infield. Pushes, shoves, push Dicko away. Connor Jones hits him and a good tackle in defence. The bull rider from Burke comes back. Quick play the ball. Bilby gets the dummy half. Stands up. Makes 2 or 3. Wrestled to the ground. Rock Hancock dummy half looking for somebody. Goes on. Oh, throws a shock across the play. Everybody's missed it there. Swings everywhere. There's play on in my books. That's Nathan Clark. Referee Wright has called. Referee Wright's called. In my book, that was play on. I'm not a referee. I'll have to agree. Referee Wright's called it forward, I think he's saying. I'll have to disagree with him there. I thought it was play on and it was knocked forward by the Barkey player into Longreach hands. Jerome Miller anyway, feeds the scrum right on the 22. It's held in slowly. Jerome brings it out. Dean Sells picks it up. He's met Doesn't make much yardage, but he gets it wide, straight in the middle of the post. Dummy half goes in, steps out, looking for runners. Clinton Bettine goes sideways. Oh, and the big number 3, Clark, gobbles him up, rolls him over. Slows play down. Comes back infield. Jink weaves at James Barwick. He runs straight into 2 or 3 Longreach players, wrestling slowly. Try to slow the play the ball down. Come back to the right. Simon Mitchell. He charges forward, spins away to 1-2 before he's wrestled to the ground. Slowing the play the ball down. Ricky Moxham takes it. Jinks inside, outside. Makes 5 or 10 before he's cut down. That's the 5th and last. We're looking for a kicker. Goes back. Finds Ernie Taylor. Ernie Taylor onto his left foot. Stabs it down AFL style. Straight down. The fullback catches it, which is, if I think, still Kinsey. Jinks inside 1. No. Goes nowhere. Spins. Pirouettes. He plays it about 25 out from his own line. Dummy half picks it up. Looks up. Runs straight into Clinton Bettine's. Wrestles him to the ground. That's Simon Mitchell. Come back. Looks like the ball's come loose. The referee Wright's got him for raking. Ball came loose, said he raked it. That was a get out of jail free card for Longreach and Barkey will punish him in defence. Not going nowhere. Instead, find a kick for touch, make an easy 20-25 metres with about 7 minutes to go here. Comes wide, 2 passes, runs into the shoulder. Simon Mitchell over the top, underneath McKenson. Dummy half, goes wide. Walton shows, Jinks, jerks inside. Good low defence. James Barwick underneath. Ball comes out 1 out. They got no support players, so you know he's not going to pass it. Or he's rattled over the top by Connor Jones. Sorry. Comes back to the right hand side, shows inside, goes on his own. Good defence, Jerome Miller over the top. Well, whoever it is, he's not getting up. He's very slow to his feet. It's Connor Jones. Cutting. Plays it back. Jinks weaves, goes infield. McKenson over the underneath, Simon Mitchell over the top. They jump, they come to the short side. Oh, the boys are awake to it. Cameron went on the last, rolled the dice, cut down. Boys were awake to it. About 7 metres out from their own line. Cameron Dixon dummy half, runs sideways, straighten it up. He's turned, straightens, Jinks. Falls into a bit of a high shot, was nothing in it. Oh, he's milking it. Oh, not going to happen today, son. Oh, no. I think Dicko's going for the video replay, slowly to his feet. Goes back. Quick scoot from Ernie Taylor. Bounces out of 2 or 3 left. 1 sickening on the ground. Bilby's laying holding his head. Ernie Taylor still going forward. Good run by Ernie Taylor. Makes 10 or 15. Plays it back. Ricky Moxham. He looks. Jinks inside, outside. Trundles it forward. Comes back. Goes to the right hand side. Oh, they're up quickly on Simon Mitchell. Goes nowhere. He's rolled over. McKenson dummy half. Picks it up. Takes it out to the right. Jerome Miller finds a bit of yard. He's looking for on. Oh. He hits Connor Jones with the ball on the chest. Connor Jones lets the ball hit the ground. Join the Peanut Club. Connor Jones. Connor Jones, all he could see was 4 points in front of him. Have to catch it first, boy. Good work by Jerome Miller, the old timer. Wilby's leaving the field now, slowly but surely. Took a bit of a head knock in that tackle before. Somebody else down further in play, I'm not sure who it is.
JD.
Oh, JD Miller's down. Bit of concern for him, the little fella. Probably hasn't run that far since he had diarrhea last year, but no, he's drugged to his feet. Yeah, no. No, it's Connor Jones, wasn't it? No, it's Jerome. He's had enough. About 3.5, 4 minutes to go. Play back and come to the short side, Longreach do. Barky trying to drag him into touch. Oh, clinical error there. First tackle, dragged into touch. Would not be popular with your teammates doing that.
About 4 on that top.
Another scrum to go down. Barky feed. About 3 to 4 minutes to go before full time. Been a stop-start affair. The boys are getting tired. Few injuries, few mistakes. McLeod feeds, comes to the right-hand side. Mark Wren back on. He stumbles, Bumble gets up, regains his feet, twists, turns. Shrugs off 1 or 2 before he's put to the ground. Dummy half plays it back. Simon Mitchell turns it back underneath. It looks like Connor Jones makes good yardage and behind the play the ball. He's up, plays it back. Mick Hansen goes left. Simon Mitchell turns it underneath. Big Wayne Scott trucks it forward, takes 2 or 3 to slow him down. He's wrestled to the ground about 15 metres out. Mick Hansen dummy half jumps, goes right, turns Dean Maloney back on the underneath him on the inside. 2 or 3 metre gain. He's up slowly to his feet, plays it back. Mick Hansen, Simon Mitchell. Oh no! Right.
Penalty.
Referee Wright's going to penalise.
Obstruction, I think.
Yep, I think he's got him. We would have to say obstruction. It's about all you can get him for. Didn't seem a great deal of blow up, so the boys must have been guilty. Fines touch. Gain about 15 metres. About 2.5 minutes to go, 3 minutes to go. Longreach bring it forward. They're still willing to work. They've still got some willing workers here. Longreach haven't gone that bad here today. For a side that was supposedly going to give it away and we're going to fold. Comes back 2 pass shift. They're hunting them across field. Barky boys are keen. They've got the tail in the air. They want another 4 points before the end of the game. Played back. Picks up Big Frosty. Frosty trucks it forward. There's 2 or 3 coming in. They fights in the tackle for their wrestling to the ground. Mick Campbell over the top underneath Mick Hansen. Oh, it comes forward. Short kick over the top. Cutting kick for himself. Oh, he gets a miracle bounce, but it bounced over his head. In Ernie Taylor's head. Oh, Jaden Hyde, is it? Sorry. Yeah. Jaden Hyde's arms. Plays it back. Picks up McLeod drifting down that left-hand side on his own. Turns it back on the inside. Simon Plum. Dean Searles taken to the ground. Oh, quick hands off by Bottle onto Big Gravy Scott. He's up, plays it back, jumps left. Mick Campbell trucks it forward. Makes a gain of 3 or 4. Getting late in the tackle count now. Barky spread to the right hand side. Points left, comes right. It's on to Bottle. Bottle comes forward. He's thrown to the ground. Slowly to his feet. Ball comes back. On to McLeod. McLeod dives with the ball. Final score here tonight is 38 points to 24. It's a good game of football.
34-18.
34-18, sorry. Thank you to my cameraman and thank you to me.